Hello everyone, I'm Hilary Chin. Thank you all so much for coming and watching my YouTube channel. Thank you all so much. If you're a student, if you're a mother, if you're a parent, if you are a worker, you are highly welcome to New Semotech. Here we talk a lot about data. I'm a data scientist, so I love dealing with data all the time. But today we are going to be teaching you, or I am going to be teaching you how to use SumIf and Countif to analyze data. Go down below the description section there. You will see two videos that I did using Excel on Countif and SumIf, and also there's a link. The first link there is to join our WhatsApp group if you are interested. But today I'm going to be using GoogleSheet. Okay, GoogleSheet and Excel, they are almost the same tools. The difference is that Excel is used by, provided by Microsoft, and GoogleSheet is provided by Google. Okay, and please, if you are out there, if you are a student, if you are a worker, wherever you are, make sure you start learning these skills. The economy that we are moving forward is going to be technology driven. Okay, and amazingly, AI has come in now to even make it more fun. I see that as more fun, and amazingly, AI is at the testing stage. Okay, so you have to be part of technology moving forward. This is going to make your journey in the marketplace, in your personal work, etc. Is going to make it very smooth. So please, let's go in there. Let me show you how to use Countif and SumIf to analyze data in very simple steps. Follow me, let's go in there.
Yes, so analyzing this data using Countif and SumIf is simple. Right here, we want to answer a certain question that says we want to look at the category. We want to focus on this column. We want to look at the category, and then we want to look at each count of every category. Okay, we want to count them. There we are going to be using Countif. Also, we want to look at each category here. We want to check the sales. There we are going to be using SumIf. Okay, and to do this is simple. Each time you want to analyze data, one of the basic things to do is to check to see if your data is clean. And the way to do that is simple. Just click around this data within here. Don't click out of this table. Click within this data, and then you go up to data up here, and then it says create filters, and then you create your filter. Now once you create your filter, here you have your filter. You find these small rectangular icons up here. You see we have them here. So the reason for this, they'll allow you to check the uniqueness of this data. For instance, because we are dealing with category table, we are going to come to this small rectangle here and we click. Once we click there, it brings us another kind of space here where we see that we have our uniqueness. We see the uniqueness of this data. Here we have furniture, we have good, we have office supplies, and we have technology. So it tells us that the unique aspect that we have that comprises of all this data is furniture, good, office supplies, and technology. Now, if we had an empty space on this column, it will appear here. If we had maybe something that was not spelled right or correctly, it will appear here. So right now, the way our data it looks so beautiful. So now we are just going to go ahead and check and start doing our analysis. And doing our analysis here, I just want us to look at this space. You have to be creative each time you work with data. So right now, I want us to use this space beside here to do our analysis. And what we are going, so right here, I'm going to come here and I say category. We want to look at the different category. Okay, and then under the category here, remember that we have furniture, good, office supply, and technology. Okay, no need to go there again. We have furniture. Okay, I think that is right to spell. We have technology. We have office supply. I think supply with ES, there are many supplies there. Okay, so and then here now we have I think we have goods. Okay, we have goods. So here I'm just being creative. I want to create and I want to organize my data in such a way that when I'm creating my visual, it will show on, and also in a way that people can easily, or manager can easily understand the analysis that we are doing. Okay, they want to see the count, so I'll just come up here and write count. Here we want to see the count of furniture, and they will also want to see the sales. And of course, I'm going to put slash sum. Okay, yes, because here we are going to be using SumIf and here we're going to be Countif. And again, to make this even more clear and more simple, because my objective here is that I'm trying to make it in such a way that people can easily read it, see it, and understand what I've designed, okay, as an analysis. So here I'm going to select the whole of this range here. We talked about range in other videos. And then here now I'm going to go here to this small, like I say, borders, and I click. So now I want to create borders. So I've created borders to emphasize on this particular table. But again, I think that I should go back. Originally, I want to create borders just around the table itself. I don't want to make it that big. Okay, I'll come here and I choose. You see, I can create all borders. I can do it in the middle, inner part. I can do it horizontally. I can do it vertically. Okay, I can do it just outer borders. But here I want to create it all. So all the areas now have borders. Okay, perfect. So now let's start our analysis. We'll start with Countif, and then we move to Sumif. And as we are using Countif, we are going to focus on the category, and when we are using Sumif, we are going to focus on the sales. We could still do the same with quantity and profit, but we decided to do it with sales. With Countif, I will just put equals to, and then I write Countif. Okay, Countif. You see now. And then once I write Countif, I love GoogleSheet and Excel. It gives me a guide. So here it wants a range, comma, and then the criteria, okay, because I'm doing Countif. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to select the whole range. The range here simply means every area where that data is found. So since we are dealing with category column, we are going to select the whole of this column. This column, I think the data here is around some thousands, okay? So we cannot select manually. It's just to come up here tactically and click here, and then automatically it selects and go right down. Because if we have to check it right up like this, remember we are going to spend the whole of we are going to spend a whole day here. So while we have selected this range, it gives us a column A, and then we click comma, and then it says criteria. So here the criteria is furniture. So we look for furniture, and we click furniture. So it will go among this data here and select just furniture and count it for us. And then I click tab. There's a button on your computer, TAB, just click it. Once you click that, you see it says 9,858 furniture are found on this data. So I'm going to do the same with the other ones. But before I do the same with the other ones, let me do the Sumif. So with Sumif, it's different, a little bit similar. I'll still start with equals to, and then I'll start with my function Sumif here, okay? And then I click OK, and then right here they say I should select the range. I'll still come here and I select range here, and amazingly when I put my comma, it says criteria, and the criteria here is furniture. If it were technology, I'll select technology. So it's just the same procedure, okay? So I'm going to come here. Since I want to sum up everything that concerns furniture, I'm going to click this criteria here. So it goes on, and anywhere it says furniture, it comes to the sales and then sum it up, okay? That is what that means. And I click comma, and then now I select now sales here. So I emphasize this other range, sum of range. So it comes here, anything that is linked to furniture, it sums it up, okay? And then I click the same tab on my machine. You see now we have 4,107,389. You can put dollars, you can put francs, whichever way you want, okay? So let me do the same for these others, and then I come back and then we create a visual. Yes, so after doing my analysis using the Countif and Sumif, remember if I click in here, you look right here, you see the formulas here, okay? And I've decided to move the goods for the purpose of understanding on this video. Now I can come up here and make this really emphasize on this header, make it bold, change the space to yellow, and change the text to red. You know, you can do a whole lot of things just to make your data look beautiful, okay? And right now I want us to create a visual, a chart, okay? So I'll just click within this data, don't click out, click within the data here, anywhere here, and then you come to insert, okay, because we want to insert a chart. And here you have pivot table images and so many other amazing things, emojis here. Right here I'm just going to click on a chart, and then once I click on a chart is going to appear, okay? And by default here we have a pie chart. Wow, so it says count and saves. So we are looking at count and saves against the category which is furniture, technology, and office supplies. So when you would deal with charts, you must see how they react on your data, okay? And because I've chosen chart, you see that something appears up here. It's a chart editor, and it has two areas. You have a setup area and you have the customize area. This is something you have to understand. Under the customize, you have chart style, you have pie chart, you have pie slice, you have chart axis, title, legend. Now this will appear depending on the kind of chart that you have chosen. For instance, if I come back to setup here and I want to change the chart style, okay, and I want to come to maybe column chart, and I click column chart. If we go back to customization, you see that it changes. Now you have legend, horizontal axis, vertical axis, which was not there, grid lines and ticks, all that was not there, okay? So this customization appears according to the different kinds of charts, okay? And if I go back under my setup here and I go and I look under here, I see what is happening here. I come back to customization right here. I decide to look at the chart style here, okay? I came here because I want to choose 3D. Now my 3D, I wanted to choose this because I want to see this other flesh that is blue here, okay? This probably is the count, number of count. Remember, we are looking at the count and sales, okay? So up here it already shows that this blue stands for count, and then this kind of red or brown stands for the sales, okay? And we are looking at all the categories down here, technology, office supplies, and furniture. So the goal here is to make it such a way that when anybody sees it, they should be able to have an understanding of what you have created, even if they are not data analysts, okay? So remember, we came here under this setup and we under customization, and went under chart style. We can change the background to this blue, the whole of this background here, right? Okay, so that's it. And we can do a whole lot of things. We can change the font size. We can make it maximum, make it very big like this. We can make it smaller right here. We can reset and do a whole lot of beautiful things, okay? So if I put the chart style down and I go back to chart and axis style and I click here. Now before I go there, I want to show you something. If I go under series here and then I go to data labels here and I click my data labels, you see that they come on. But now there's a challenge. When you look at the color I've just put here, it doesn't make my data labels visible. So I can easily just go back, just put this down, and then when I come back here, what I can do is that I can go back to chart styles, and then I go back to background color here, and then I change the background color maybe to something like this. Maybe to something like this, because I want everything to be visible. That's the objective. You can put different colors, you can make them look visible, make them look very nice, okay? So this is, we have answered a question here. We have looked at how we use Countif and Sumif to bring out insight from this data. So now you can see that technology had this amount of sales, office supply had this amount of sales, furniture had this amount of sales, and these are the counts of furniture, these are the count of technology, and all that, and so on and so forth. You can still apply the same strategy with the other columns, okay, like subcategories, okay? The same procedure can go, and you can use this to analyze data without stress. And here, I just want us to look at some few things. We are still under custom here. Please don't lose track of what we are doing. Right here, I can go to, I've gone to series and we have put our data labels on. I can go to legend here. And then I looked at legend. Legend here is talking about these two items here, the count and the sales and sum. So here I can increase the font size. You see, I can come here and it's a legend font size. I can make it bigger. I can just put 20. You see, it becomes bigger here. I can come here, legend font, and I decide to change the font. You see, it changes to something else. And then here again, I can decide to come here, text color. I decide to put maybe yellow text color. You see now, that again makes it really blurred. I can change it and then bring it now to blue. I can still go under here and then legend. Now it says position. Where do I want my legend to be? I can decide to put it at the right. It appears at the right. I can decide to change it and then put it by the left. It appears by the left. I can decide again to just put it at the top as it was. And that is it for this legend. Okay, you can do a whole lot of things. I can come to horizontal axis here and I start seeing different amazing things. I can reverse the axis board that you see now. It is reversing. So if I uncheck this, you see what's happening? So I'm reversing, I'm changing this office supply. It's moving from here to here and from here to here, okay? So I can just change that. And then slant labels. I can decide to slant my labels to 0 degree. I'll be talking about this in other videos. And then right here, there is something I want to show you that is very, very amazing, which I always use when I analyze data. Show axis line. I can click this now and then it shows my axis line on this part, okay? I can uncheck this. So this is just how I can log my scale, okay? You see now it changes the position and then makes it even bigger. Okay, and this is just how you can. So grid lines. Okay, wow, I want to go to grid lines and show you something very interesting. If I come to grid lines here and then I go under here, you see that my grid lines can be on. Minor grid lines, I can put them on. You see they're right there, I can put them off. Measure grid lines, I can remove them and make my data even more clean. I can put measure sticks, you see it appears on this side, I can put it off. Okay, minor sticks, it comes again on this side and I can put it off. You see now. And then there is something I'm looking for here. So don't cram the process. Okay, just learn to understand the chart and styles. Here there's something I want to look for here that is very, very important. Amazing thing that I want to show you again on that series here is how data label works. Right here our data label is on. Remember that is on. I can change the values and I put none, so there are no values there. I can just put it back on. I can come back and I change their positioning. Okay, center, you see they come to the center. I can change it just the same way we were changing the other aspect, our legend, inside base. You see it's right here inside base. So it depends on how you want to see your data and how you want it to look like. Okay, and remember the objective is to make it easier to read. Okay, so you have data label font. We can also change the font sizes. Okay, we can also data label size, we can make it smaller, we can make it bigger, we can make it thicker, we can just give it some beautiful column. Now there's something I want to show you here. We have trend lines. If we click this, it opens up this option here, and under here you have exponential. I can make it exponential, I can make it a logarithmic, you see, depending on how you want to show. Especially many times I use this when I'm dealing with finance, when I just want to show how the line moves, how it moves from up to down. Polynomial, yeah, it can be like that, how it goes up and then starts falling. Yes, I think this is good because it shows that furniture was up here and then it moves right up to technology and then it starts falling back up office supply. So this is how amazing this can be. Polynomial degree, I can increase the degree level. You see, it was 2, let's put it back to 3 and see how it looks like. You see, so we have put it back to 3 and then this is how it looks. So you can do a whole lot of things. I can just change that line and put some green there. You see, that's it, I've changed the line. It's just amazing. I can linear capacity, it was 40%, I can put 90%, and you see how it looks there. So we can do a line thickness, I can make it 4 pixels. You see, so you can just do a whole lot of things to show your data. And amazing here, I can click my data here and then I copy this chart. Okay, and then I go now to sheet 6 here, and then I right click on my sheet 6. Once I right click, it said paste, and I paste it here, so it becomes a new sheet. So I can do many visuals, and I come here and I create my dashboard right here, and I do a whole lot with my dashboard. You might be asking, why is this space blank like this? It's simple. I simply went up to view here and I went to show, and it says grid lines on, grid lines off. Okay, and I remove all the grid lines. So if I want to put it back, I'll just come to view, grid lines on, and you see that every grid line is on. Okay, so that said, I think this should help you at some point to start learning how to analyze data and make visuals and make amazing things using this for companies. Thank you all so much and stay blessed.
Thank you all so much. I hope that this video was helpful. Those of you who want to work with international organizations, those of you who want to travel abroad, those of you who look forward to moving out of your comfort zone through your mind and also working with some very, very heavy companies, please, these are skills that you have to start learning. It's not late. You don't need to have a background in mathematics and all that computer stuff. All you need to do is follow such videos step by step and make sure you practice daily as you follow suit. And also don't forget, I'm going to be putting down the sheet that I used to design this video for you to also download and start learning as you follow me on these lessons. Thank you very much and see you in the other video. God bless.